I made a tree. Can you tell it's a tree? If I touch it, it's gonna fall over, but it's a tree. Should we just get into it? I have acquired all these books since the last time I did a haul. I don't feel good about it. I don't feel good about it. Overconsumption is a thing. Have I read as many books as I bought? Potentially. But that isn't helping me reduce my overall number of books. So, we're gonna go through them. There is a lot that I either got discounted, got for free, or got from the charity shop. So, I just wanna like reiterate before we get into this that there is a way to make reading cheap. This doesn't have to be all brand new books and all really expensive things. Don't look at this and think, oh my god, so many books, so much money. There are things that cost me money, but there are also things that were cheap. We're very cheap. I'm gonna rearrange you and pop you here so that I can be the center of attention. Oh, and then do this. How's that? Can you see the books? Can you see me? Is everyone happy? Right. I swear to you it's going to fall down as soon as I touch it. Ooh. Okay, we are successful. Crowns of Nixia series. This is The Songbird and the Heart of Stone by Carissa Broadbent. I love Carissa Broadbent, so I did do the thing to get it signed. As in bought a signed copy because I really love Carissa Broadbent. Crowns of Nixia series isn't my favourite of hers. I like the War of Lost Hearts, is that what it's called? I like the War of Lost Hearts series better. This is the third official book in the series and it is part of the whole is a bit complicated. The whole series is 6 books, but it's a set of 3 sets of duologies. So this is the first half of the second duology in the series. It's a really nice edition. It has some really nice printing on the inside, and I wanted it in hardback so that it would match the rest of the series that I have, but I probably won't read this until the second book in this duology comes out because I like reading both in one go. This was a Fairy Loot book. It's called The Gods Below. It's really gorgeous. It's got sprayed edges, it's got beautiful end papers, and it's got foiled under the cover. The dust jacket is also reversible. I got a Luma Crate for a while and found I wasn't reading them, so I thought I'd try the Fantasy Romance Fairy Loot, but I haven't read any of the ones I've got from there either. So is this overconsumption? Is this what we're talking about? Maybe. But I hope to get to them one day. Because it is nice, isn't it? It is nice to have a gorgeous book. So hopefully I will start picking them up next year to have something beautiful and fun to read. Next up, this was a charity shop book. I got it for $1.25. I've seen a fair few people talking about this author, and I'm just really interested to see how a ordained person writes a murder mystery. I don't know where this comes in the series. I don't know what this one specifically is about. I don't even know how murdery it is. And I wanted to increase my cozy mystery selection. It was only £1.25, so I picked it up. This was one of my most anticipated books for this year. It's T. Kingfisher, A Sorceress Comes to Call. I've heard really great things about it. I don't think there's... Oh, look at that! Look at the pretty foil! I love everything I've read by T. Kingfisher, and I think this is another one of her kind of cozier fantasies. This isn't one of her horrors, but I'm going to pick up anything T. Kingfisher comes out with because she's one of my favourite authors. And this is just such a pretty book. It's so pretty. I did pick up the Return to the Dalgate Dream Department Store, and because it was buy one get one half price, I also picked up Murder at Holly House. Let's start with this one. I really liked the first one. I think I'm going to like the second one just as much. And it was the covers that sold me on these. It's about a woman who goes to work in a department store that sells dreams to asleep people. It's a series of kind of short stories or like vignettes of what it's like to work in the store, the people she meets, the designers of the dreams, the fellow salespeople. It's a really interesting concept, and I just loved everything about the first one. So when I saw that the second one was out, I was like, yes, absolutely. This one I got because it was the most interesting to me in their half price section. I'm beefing up my Christmas specific books, and I didn't have too many Christmas mysteries. I liked the art style of this one, and it was one of the Waterstones Book of the Month. So I also get a free coffee, and that felt like it was worth it to me. I got a couple thrillers from the charity shop. I got The Hunting Party by Lucy Foley, which everyone's invited. Everyone's a suspect. I really liked The Guest List by Lucy Foley, so I figured I might as well give The Hunting Party a go. I haven't heard as many good things about this one as I had The Guest List, but I'm happy to give it a go for £1. Happy to give it a try. And I also got The Couple Next Door. This felt like fate to me because I watched a video and I don't remember who it was by, but they read The Couple Next Door and they really enjoyed it. And then I saw it in the charity shop and I was like, oh, the universe is telling me things. The universe is telling me to read this book. So that is often how I pick things up. But in this case, hopefully it does well for me. Hopefully it's good. I'm going to go with this one. I picked up Foe by Ian Reid. I know of Ian Reid from We Spread, which is a horror book. I believe this is also on the thriller side. This is another one I got from the charity shop. I recognise the author name. He's an author I want to pick up and give a go. So being able to do it on the cheap is good for me. The next ones I picked up because I wanted to be able to have some more recommendations for younger readers. So I picked up a few books for younger readers that I have heard good things about. And I managed to get most of them kind of half price or from the charity shop. So that was why I picked these ones up. The first one is Cinder, which I have heard very good things about. And this series is pretty well known. I believe Cinder is the first one, so that felt like some good fortune. And they are sci-fi fairy tale resellings, I believe. I got The Wild Robot. I watched the trailer and the trailer almost made me cry, so I was like, you know what, I bet the book will make me cry too. It was on sale, so I picked it up. I love the original covers. Can you see them there? They're teeny tiny, but I really love the art style of them. But I don't mind having a movie-based cover for this one. But I thought I'd just pick it up, give it a go, see if it's something that I can recommend to more people. This scares me. This scares me quite a lot. I got The Lightning Thief, Percy Jackson. Everyone loves Percy Jackson. I'm worried it's going to be too young for me. I'm worried that I'm not going to be able to connect with the characters because they are children and I am not. But if anything's going to work for me, it's going to be this. So I thought I'd pick it up while it was cheap, give it a go, and see if I can like the series. Because wouldn't that be wonderful if I found a whole new series to love? That would be great. Let's keep going. I picked up Which Way to Anywhere because when I was young, I loved the How to Train Your Dragon series by Cressida Cowell, so I thought I'd pick up her newest series just to see if it's anything like I remember from before. It's full of all these like illustrations and little nuggets of graphics and kind of mixed media stuff, which is really exciting for me. And I did in fact read the first like 100 or so pages and enjoyed that much of it. So this is me hoping to continue to love an author that I loved when I was a child. Next up we have a non-fiction. I got this, it's damaged, so I got it for a lot less than I would probably have to otherwise. But I felt like this tied into my sci-fi vibe, reading about the future of space travel and the future of what it would be like to live on another planet. There are illustrations in it and it's described as hilarious. So I thought as a step towards non-fiction, this would be a good step for me. This one's silly. I found this in a charity shop. I already own it, but it's one of the original covers with the lady on it. And I thought it would just be quite nice to have in my collection. Does this mean I potentially took away the ability of someone else to read it? Yes. Do I care? I don't think so. I just wanted to own it. If I see the other ones, I'll pick up the other ones too. I'm not in any rush to collect the whole series in their original covers, but I just thought it was fun to have a different version, especially one that I don't really see anymore around. And it was only £1. How can you go wrong? How can you go wrong? I love me some translated fiction, and I absolutely love me some cats. Look at the little kitten. Oh, I love this. It has a little animated cat. Oh, I suppose I should do it the other way. It has this little animated cat at the side of the pages, so that when you read, the cat falls down. I don't know much about the book. I think it's just trendy to have Japanese fiction, and cats are doing well, so I think that's why it was in the store. Again, it's a little bit damaged, so I got it for less than I otherwise would have. But I just thought it would be a good jolly fun time to pick up some more translated fiction. This is one of the other few that I paid highly for, because it is just such a gorgeous edition. Such a gorgeous edition. This is The Book of Witching by C.J. Cook. I read The Lighthouse Witches by C.J. Cook and enjoyed it. One of the first few horrors I read. So when this came out, I was just like, yep, I want that edition specifically. So I was willing to pay the money for it, because it's just so gorgeous. It might be the most beautiful book I've seen this year, which is a bold statement, but it's just right up my alley. It's right up my alley. This is the second Fairy Loot book I got. Again, I don't know much about it, but it's just stunning. I especially love the end papers. I especially love the end papers in this one. I believe it's a male-male romance. And I love that it looks like a playing card on the inside. Can you see it? It's hard to show without the thing being blinded. But I haven't picked them up yet. But it's really nice to own such gorgeous books. Okay, nearly there. We're nearly done. I got The Goldfinch by Raven Kennedy. This is the 6th book in the Plated Prisoner series. I love the spines on these editions. They're really beautiful. I don't know if you can see. I have read the first 4, and then I pre-ordered this one, and then I realised that it was the 6th book instead of the 5th book, so then I had to go back and order the 5th one. So now I have the whole series. Well, I've read the first 4 and I own the last 2, so at some point I will get around to this, and I'm sure I'll have a grand old time when I do it. That series is like a fairly difficult series. I think the first book is really difficult to read, or at least it was for me, but I really love the characters going forward from there. So I would recommend the series, but you just have to push past the first book. The first book is difficult. The first book is tough to read. Okay, I managed to find Stuart Turton at the charity shop. I really liked The 7.5 Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle. Super weird. And I have his other one. I think it's The Devil and the Dark Water, but this is his newest. It's also, from what I can tell, his shortest. So that makes me want to read it. It's a great deal getting it for £1.50. Getting a £20 book for £1.50, and it doesn't bother me that it's a little bit used. I love used books, in fact. If it has people's annotations in it or like folded down pages from when they've read it, I love that. I love when a book has a little bit of the person who's read it inside it. I think that's so lovely. I don't know anything about it, but it is a murder mystery. It has some good quotes on it from C.J. Tudor, who I really liked, Will Dean, who had a really good twist in his book, and Benjamin Stevenson, who wrote that really kind of unique one. Everyone in my family has killed someone, so having those people with quotes on this, I think is a really good sign. I think it's a really good sign. Well, we're going to go with this one because I want to end on my favourite. Anne Cleeves is a very well-known British crime writer, and I haven't read much British crime, surprisingly seeing as I live in Britain, but I haven't read very much of it. This book was damaged, so I managed to get it for cheaper, and so I thought I'd pick it up. Okay, it's about Vera Stanhope, who I guess is a reoccurring character in Anne Cleeves' books. She now has a TV show, which is great for her, and this is, from what I understand, a classic detective murder mystery, and I like that kind of thing, so I am happy to have this book. This is the one I was potentially the most excited about, and that is An Academy for Liars by Alexis Henderson. I have loved a lot of Alexis Henderson's work. I have heard only negative things about this book, but it doesn't dampen my excitement for it. I don't know if you can see it, but it has this like silhouette of a house on the cover, which I think is really cool. And so I'm just really happy to own this. I can't wait to get around to it. I know it's not everyone's favourite, but that doesn't mean I'm not going to love it. I'm not going to let them sway my opinion. So hopefully this is a good book for me. Da, da, da. Okay, that's it. Oh! That is the 22 books I've gotten since September. I also got the books for my Goodreads series, but I'm not going to get them down. If you want to see them, they're in the Goodreads videos. I had to buy 5 total for that video, so in the last 3 months I've bought 27 books. But thank you for being here, thank you for enjoying the channel. I hope you enjoy Bookmas, and I hope you subscribe and stick around to see more content from me in a couple of days. Bye!